So what I'm going to show you is the Captain Marvel trap, or you can call it the Brie Larson trap. And you are going to see this in the future. So the next time a Captain Marvel movie comes out and it's sold on the concept of feminism, it's going to be the same concept. And the truth is, this trap that I'm going to show you takes place all the time for feminism. It's almost on a daily basis. So you have the example of Captain Marvel, where Captain Marvel fan pays for the cinema ticket to go watch Captain Marvel. Now the money goes to the cinema and it goes to Disney. And this is the trap, okay? So in this example, it's Sarah, and she works for a restaurant owned by a man. So she works for the restaurant, and the male business owner makes $10 profit for every hour that Sarah works. And Sarah's wages are paid into a bank, and that bank is owned by a man. And then she buys a house. The house is built by men, designed by men. She might even have a gardening maintenance contract on the house, which is a business owned by men. Again, she doesn't stop and ask or actually look at what's happening because of the Captain Marvel that stopped her from actually looking at what's happening. So then she gets an energy supply, so she gets water, electricity supply. Again, they're business owned by men. She then gets a telephone connection. Again, that's a business owned by men. She then goes and buys a laptop from Amazon and it's delivered to her house. That's another 3 businesses owned by men. She might even buy a laptop case. Okay, that's another business owned by men. At that point, she uses her laptop to buy a cinema ticket to go and watch Captain Marvel. But Sarah, the feminist, she thinks, oh, look at Marvel, fantastic. I'm the feminist. I'm going to support this feminist movie. But it's all part of an elaborate trap. But the end outcome is that the money goes to the male Disney shareholders. Okay, so Sarah is a cog in an elaborate trap. Without Sarah, these businesses slow down. You might even have the male business owner of the restaurant, he might even have shares in Disney. So he's making money out of Sarah working as a chef in his restaurant. Then when she our cinema ticket, he then receives a dividend from his shares because Sarah's bought a ticket. This is what men are doing. This is what men have created. Men have created these ecosystems, these commercial processes in which women have to take part. Because the laptop seller knows he needs the restaurant to pay Sarah her wages for Sarah to be able to buy a laptop from them. These businessmen all in cahoots with one another. They know that each of those businesses plays an important role in the economy. But Sarah, the feminist, Captain Marvel fan, she doesn't understand any of this. She doesn't understand that she's in a trap. She doesn't understand that Disney pay women less than men. She doesn't understand the cinema pay women less than men. She doesn't ask, does the gas supplier pay women less than men? Because she's so deluded by the Captain Marvel marketing. She's bombarded with marketing on a daily, but she doesn't stop and ask. It's just an elaborate, very clever, very sophisticated trap. And men need women to be part of this trap. If you had 100 million women say, right, we're not going to be part of this trap and we're only going to spend our money on businesses who pay women the same as men, these processes would fall apart. The men who run these businesses know that women aren't asking these questions because they're so busy doing this. They're so busy getting dressed up in costume and going and watch a movie that they're not spending the time like the suffragettes did over 100 years ago, because those suffragettes weren't bombarded with Disney marketing telling them that a movie based on feminism, when all it is designed to make the male shareholders at Disney money. That's all Captain Marvel is. It's a product for Disney to make money. And they've told millions of feminists that it's based on feminism to get them to go and do this, to get them to buy a cinema ticket, to go and watch Captain Marvel. That's all it is. It's an elaborate con. And Disney doesn't believe in feminism, and we know that because they pay women less than men. But these feminists are too busy getting dressed up in costumes to ask what's actually happening. And what's happening is this. And in here, you'll have fibre optic cable companies, you'll have satellite companies, you'll have telephone switches, all these businesses owned by men. There might be as many as 15 to 20 businesses that Sarah has paid money to that are all owned by men. And Sarah hasn't stopped at any point and asked any of those businesses, do you pay women the same as men? Do you have equal opportunities policies? She doesn't ask those questions. All she's excited about is this. I'm so excited. I've bought my ticket to Captain Marvel. I've got my costume. I'm going to sit and watch Captain Marvel at the cinema. Aren't I a great feminist? When all she is just a little cog in a wheel, making all these businesses money. The delivery company, without Sarah, they don't make money. But Sarah can't see that. And Sarah is working to make money for men. That's all she is. She pays her taxes and makes money for businesses owned by men. And she doesn't stop and see that because she's too excited about some Captain Marvel trashy movie. And she swallowed all the marketing that Disney threw at her. So Disney threw a load of television adverts, Jimmy Kimmel television spots, and Sarah the feminist fell for it all. And the sad thing is, There's millions of women in this trap, but they don't see it, even though they've got the power to stop it. They can go to a telephone company and say, right, do you pay women the same as men? And if the telephone company turn around and say, no, we pay women less than men, that Sarah can turn around and say, well, I'm not going to use you. But she doesn't do that. But she's still convinced she's a feminist because she did this. These are not feminists. If these people think they're feminists, they are deluded. They're just in a trap. They are just in this. They are just a small cog in a very huge, very clever, very elaborate wheel that's making money for businesses owned by men. And Brie Larson and Marvel know what they're doing. Brie Larson knows what she's doing. She knows that she's just making money out of feminists, and that money is going to go to the Disney shareholders. If Captain Marvel makes $1 billion, where's that $1 billion go to? That's all Disney are interested. They're interested in where that money goes to. And it's going to go to the Disney shareholders, who are mostly men. That's all it is, and Brie Larson knows this. But these people who are bombarded by the marketing and swallow all the marketing can't see the truth. I just hope they can. I hope they'll wake up and realise that it's just all a very elaborate trap for men to make money out of businesses.